after that. Bottom of the 8th inning, you deliver the game-tying RBI triple. What was that at bat like for you? What was that inning like for you guys?
I mean, I think it was huge. Like, it goes back to the start of it with Rex getting on and Anzai coming off the bench pinch hitting. That's like one of the hardest at bats coming off the bench and being able to be calm and get a knock. And then I got all the glory with the tie on the hit, but I think the most of the glory should come from before me. I was just happened to be in the spot, so I appreciate it from my teammates for putting me in that spot.
You guys were down, most of this game, kind of a back and forth thing. But what does it say about this team to be able to stick it out and not panic and push a couple runs across in the bottom of the 8th?
I think that just dictates our whole season. As the beginning of the year didn't go as planned as what we wanted, and we weren't getting these results. And as they always tell us, to stick to the process and not play with emotion, but play like with your trust and just believe in yourself. And that's what kind of comes out during the games.
And for you personally, it's your first year with the program at junior college before, and like Porter, you played your way into bigger and bigger situations. How much have you grown as a player throughout this 2025 season?
I think I've grown the most this year from watching the game and just learning more about it from seeing other players play as well. And I think this year has been the most learning for me as I could imagine.
You had a pretty good view of your bullpen arms there from second base. How locked in were those guys, and what did you see from your point of view of the pitchers this afternoon?
Just dominant. It was fun to watch. I mean, every pitch was competitive, and every pitch just kept the other team on their heels, giving them no shot. Really, it looked like, but that team could hit, and they did a great job of keeping them contained.
It's a good Portland team over there. You guys sweep them. You swept back-to-back conference series, 8 wins in a row. What does a win like this do for you guys moving forward?
It's a big momentum, and just got to carry into next weekend. Not trying to look at the win streak or the big wins, but just keep going.
Last one for you, the celebration. I've seen it last couple of days. Broad strokes, where did that celebration come from?
I mean, we spent so much time together, and honestly, it came from an Instagram video. We all saw it and decided to implement it, so it just came from that.
You guys take pride in having good celebrations, second base, third base, when you get a double or triple?
I think it just keeps the game loose and having fun. Kind of just, it's a kid's game. You got to have the most fun as you can.
My actual last one for you, who has the best celebrations when they get a hit?
Celebrations, I think, I have no idea. Oh, Howie. Aiden Howard. He has a good one. I like that one.
And you immediately strike out the side. What was it that had you so locked in just from the jump this afternoon?
I think it's just knowing that I was coming into a close game, and like just trying to keep the score the same, let my offense work and take the lead. But yeah, just locked in on throwing up as many zeros as I can.
You threw up a lot of zeros today. You ended up going 3 perfect innings, 4 strikeouts. Is that as locked in as you felt on the mound for USD?
Yeah, I think so this year. I try and be as locked in as possible, but I think this time it was just like a in the zone moment where, you know, everything's going good, you're feeling good. So I think I definitely felt that today.
Talked to Connor about it a little bit, but both of you guys have played your way into bigger situations, really proved yourself this year. How much have you grown as a player in your first college season?
I think I've grown a lot, especially being a freshman, like being like a younger guy. I think it's kind of cool being out of the bullpen and learning from these older guys and how they go about things. I think I've grown from them, teaching me like new ways to do things and how to come out of the pen, how to keep my body right and stuff that they've all been through. So yeah.
Porter, your local kid, Carlsbad. Has it been extra special doing this kind of in your own city, in your own backyard?
Yeah, I mean, ever since I knew I came here, and I knew that like I was gonna be able to represent my hometown. So it's been an honor. Yeah.
Now, from your point of view, how good were the other guys out of the pen? Palencia before you, and then Smith afterwards.
Honestly, I think even starting with Dallin, I know he, might have given up that one, but I think he's got some ridiculous stuff, and he being able to just keep it a close game, like I said, for Nando to come in and Nando throwing up a big zero, both with inherited runners and being able to come out of that, and then just letting me do my thing, and Ozzie picking me up after that and just shutting the door. I think it was awesome.
8 wins in a row now for you guys. I asked Brock the same thing, but has there been a common thread in all those wins?
Yeah, like he said, just like the brotherhood we have, it's definitely something that none of us have ever had. And we've been through ups and downs definitely, and more downs and ups or at the beginning of the year. But now like that we're on that high, like we're been through it all, so we're so close together. So yeah, like definitely the brotherhood.
All right, Coach, your team wins a 5-4 win, come from behind win over Portland here at Fowler Park to sweep the series. You talked about the importance of finishing games, finishing series. How pleased were you with your team's ability to finish that team off today?
Yeah, I'm super proud. I mean, it goes to the no clock mentality, and it goes to everybody. You never know who you're going to go to, whether it's the bullpen, whether it's off the bench. Um, you know, everybody's got a part in this thing, and you never know when your name's going to get called. So that no clock mentality is huge, and then just the F word is what we call it, the F word of finishing everything, finish a pitch, finishing a bat, finish a play on defense, and then finish the game and finish the weekend, and that's what our guys did today. And you know, their resilience is second to none. You know, the way they go out about it every day. They're never out of the fight. You know, things weren't going our way early on. We could have felt sorry for ourselves, but they responded. They responded in such a hard-fought way, a confident way, and a great way to take into this Easter Sunday tomorrow.
Absolutely. We'll start with the pitching side of things. David Horn battles, and your bullpen really steps up. You have three guys, Palencia, Rovin, and Smith, come in and keep Portland off the board and keep you in that game. How clutch were those guys out of the pen today?
It's just huge. I mean, because they had three innings in a row that they scored. You know, and we couldn't. We had some guys on, had some things going. We answered with two in the third after they scored one, and then we weren't able to answer in the fourth. So having that 4-2 lead was huge for them, and then just having Nando come in and have a clean fifth, and then Porter just did an unbelievable job. Both sides of the plate, multiple pitches for strikes, 3 innings, 4 strikeouts, no hits, no walks, and kind of I thought took the tempo and the pace back, and the momentum back to us, but back to USD, and with that allowed our offense to kind of, you know, get under control a little bit, try to get some things, get their starter out. Their starter did a heck of a job. But Porter's energy was infectious throughout our whole team, and contagious. And I think our guys really fed off of that, and that was awesome to see.
Porter, a true freshman, has pitched his way into having bigger and bigger situations on his plate. How much have you seen him grow across his first college season?
Yeah, I mean, you're a freshman coming into the program, and you're facing top 20 teams, not top 25, top 20 teams week in and week out, and you know, and you know him just like with everyone else coming in, they know that coming into the program that we are going to play those teams every year, so that prepares us for conference, you know, and so nothing that these guys have seen or faced, they're not going to flinch about it, you know, going into a game in the WCC or 2 months into the season, because they're facing 1 through 9 that, you know, are the best in the country, right? Or vice versa on the offensive end, you're facing every best starter, every best bullpen arm that's across the country, and I mean, it gets the toughness into our guys, right? It keeps them resilient and keeping them believing in themselves. So I think it makes them grow up real quick, and it kind of turns the page of them not being freshmen, and it's playing a game of baseball and trusting yourself, and that's exactly what Porter's doing right now.
Flip side of things, one of your oldest guys, Austin, you know, he's done everything for you guys on the mound. What is it about him that makes him so effective as a closer?
It's just his gamer mentality, you know, and I told the team after the game, it was so awesome. If you're struggling right now to look at Austin Smith, you know, he hasn't had the year he's wanted on the mound. He's doing everything he can at the plate, but he's doing everything he can on the mound. It's just it wasn't working out for him, and getting him back into that closer role just allows him to be Austin Smith and his mentality and the way he clicks and the way he ticks. And that's exactly what he did to finish that weekend off, to finish the game off. And, you know, he hasn't had the things go his way on the mound, but it's just, hey, me versus you, mano a mano. And that's what he did tonight, and that's what he did on Thursday to close the game out against a really, really good team. And it's just awesome when you got guys that are dogs, and they got guys that are playing for the San Diego across their chest, and guys that are playing for their brothers, and that's what Austin's all about.
Take you back to that bottom of the 8th inning. Score 3 times to take the lead. Is that kind of a perfect representation of San Diego's offense and how you guys score runs? Bottom of the order, getting it done, just kind of gritty ABs.
San Diego baseball. I mean, again, calling on everyone, right? AJ Anzai comes in to pinch hit. Rex Watson has a 3-2 count, grinding out, gets jammed, trust single up the middle is what we call it. Gets that lube, that leadoff man on, And then Anzai comes off the bench, not even phased, just has an unbelievable bat, gets a knock there, squeaks it through the right side. You know, and then we go bunt and Lobliner, you know, we kind of play a risky play there and we do a little slash and run, and Lobliner's able to get it on the ground and advance the runner second and third. Howie does an unbelievable job first pitch, gets it done early, gets the sac fly, which sets the table for Connor. And it was awesome about Connor is it runs in his family, like that Meidroth. He was a Meidroth, right? And it's just like, again, like Austin Smith, letting the game kind of dictate to him, like, okay, I want this. I own this. You know, I love this spot, if you will. And gets that 2-out triple to tie the game, and everybody's going nuts. And then handed the torch to Gerv, and so proud of Gerv. It was one of Gerv's best at-bats of his career in that spot, not trying to do too much, just getting it done, and hits a nice line drive into right field for a double. So it was awesome to see.
My last one for you, Coach. You talked about the resilience, but your team's now won 8 games in a row. Has there been a common thread across all 8 of those games?
This is the brotherhood. Brotherhood sticks out all the way around on the mound, on the offensive side. Relying on one another, trusting one another, and that's becomes a real family when you can genuinely, authentically trust one another, and just keep playing San Diego baseball.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Sandy.